It is Thursday, April 21st in the NBA, and you guys see we got a special guest today. We got the Broom, a 2-0 day in the NBA, 3-0 day in the MLB. For the NBA, we had Tatum, over 4.5 assists, no sweat, bet cashes easily in the second quarter. Then we had Vucevic to record a double-double. Didn't have to sweat that one out. He cashes early with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A great day overall. Hopefully we helped you guys make some money. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor, really do me a favor. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 32,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We can't do without you guys' love and support. Every extra subscriber helps. We promise you that. So definitely go down below, hit that red button. Also, all the OGs out there, go smash the like button. We really need those likes to run it up. We would really appreciate it. A reminder, we have a cool sportsbook sign-up bonus with Caesars Sportsbook. You get first bet insurance up to $1,100. Get your stake back if your first bet loses. Use the link in the description. You can check out the details there. We really would appreciate the people that use those sign-up links. Not only for Caesars, we have some for FanDuel, we have some for DraftKings, we have some for BetMGM, we have some for PrizePicks, you name it. If you use those links before you sign up for those sportsbooks, we would certainly appreciate it. I always want to shout out our COS All-Stars out there. Look, you guys are the real MVPs on the channel. The reason we wake up, do these videos every single day, not only to get those sweeps, because we've had a 2-5-0 sweep since Sunday. We had one on Sunday, now one on Wednesday. Also, shout out to all the people that came out to our weekly live stream last night at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We also have our weekly podcast live on the channel, which I will post. That's already been posted, but we linked in the description and linked at the end of the video. Go check that out. We had a special guest, the King Sanders. But back to those COS All-Stars. Real MVPs on the channel. Hopefully, if we helped you make some money yesterday, might want to become a COS All-Star. Only costs $2.99 a month. You get the plays earlier than anyone else. The lines definitely do move, so click the join button on the channel, the link in the description, or the link in the pinned comment section down below. We would appreciate our newest All-Stars, MIA 305 and Anthony Spencer. Thank you guys again for supporting the channel. We really can't do it without you guys. So let's move on, talk about today's slate in the NBA. We got 3 games on today. Yesterday we had 3 Eastern Conference games. Today, 3 Western Conference games. The only game not playing is the Suns game, the Suns-Pelican series. They'll be back on tomorrow. We're going to go to the Grizzlies-Timberwolves game, and we're going to start with one of my favorite bets of the day. The guy that needs no introduction, Anthony Edwards. We're taking his over, 23.5 points, minus 120 on DraftKings. Now, I know this line might move up to 24.5, and I'm perfectly happy with it at that line. We love Ant-Man on the channel, and I think he can clutch up for us today. Now, if Ant doesn't play well, the Timberwolves team is going to struggle. They're not going to win this game if Ant-Man does not play well, unless they somehow have D'Angelo Russell, who's been a complete no-show through 2 games so far this year. And knowing D'Angelo Russell, played much better on the road than he did at home. So if you saw what he did in Memphis, I can't even imagine what he does at home. I don't know what he's going to do. And then we have Karl-Anthony Towns, who likely, I don't really know what the Timberwolves are going to do, or Grizzlies are going to do starting lineup-wise, because Steven Adams was a no-show yesterday as well as game 1, or yesterday, whatever they played 2 days ago. And so I think maybe we'll see Jaren Jackson Jr. obviously play a lot, and then maybe Brandon Clark goes into the starting lineup. I don't know. Steven Adams, they've basically thrown him out the window. He's not playing much in this series. There's a reason he doesn't have a line this morning. Now, Edwards, despite him getting majority of Dillon Brooks on him, I still think he has to step up and score the basketball and shoot the ball a ton. Now, in 2 games this series, he scored 20 points and he scored 36 points. So obviously hitting the over in one of those games. And look, in his last 25 games with 15+ field goal attempts, he's over this line in 17 of 25. Obviously, one of the 8 games he did go under was game 2. He did have 16 field goal attempts. I think only going like 7 for 16. Not the greatest shooting night for him, but all 8 games that he went under with 15+ field goal attempts over his last 25 games with that many times, he shot 17 or fewer times. I think we will see Anthony Edwards be pretty aggressive tonight, regardless of who's on him, whether it's Dillon Brooks, Desmond Bane, John Morant. I don't think it matters. I think he's going to be shooting a ton. It's a big game. We know, obviously, teams that are tied 1-1 going into game 3, the large majority of teams that win game 3 do end up winning the series. Should see Ant-Man play a little bit more minutes tonight after, yes, the last game's blowout. He did play 34 minutes, I believe the most on the team, but still I think he shoots a lot more tonight and plays a lot of minutes. He's hit this over in 4 of 5 career games versus Memphis with 15+ field goal attempts. Look, the over-under for this game is 236.5 points. Sharper books have this line at minus 160, which is a plus EV bet. I really like Ant-Man tonight. Like him over 23.5 points. I'll play at 24.5. Likely wouldn't touch his PRA line personally. This guy that's not really been getting a ton of assists and rebounds so far in the postseason, but look, we're riding with Ant-Man over 23.5 points as my first bet of the day. Moving on to my second play of the day, my last official play, we'll talk about some leans, which also did very well yesterday. Going this guy on my shirt. Going Nikola Jokic over 29.5 points, minus 110 on DraftKings. Now, you guys know I do not like betting a ton of overs in the postseason. I really don't. Now, today's picks are both overs. A couple reasons why. These guys' backs are against the wall, or not necessarily, but they need wins. And look, I would play Jokic at 30.5 too if you had 30.5 line. And the sharper books also have this line at -136. So another plus EV bet, which if you bet those long term, you're going to be profitable. Now, game 1, you saw Jokic, 35 minutes played, 25 points. Game 2, 28 minutes and only 26 points. So he's going up maybe 27 points today. But I think it's over 30 today. And there's a couple reasons why. Number one, I love Draymond Green. I love the lineup they're chucking out there. I don't know what they call it. I saw PTSD as a nickname. Wiggins wasn't involved in that. Starting Draymond at the 5, whatever. Look, he's been hacking Jokic. He has. And I got to call a spade a spade. They haven't been giving Jokic a ton of foul calls. And look, I know it's been a constant, discourse on Twitter saying, whatever you want to say. I think tonight we see Jokic get a lot of calls. And look, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but the NBA is a business, and they like to extend series. So if they could get, a couple more games of people watching the Warriors, one of the biggest brands in the NBA, they're going to try to do it. Now, don't at me in the comments. Don't say, Austin, we don't want all your conspiracy theories. I think the NBA is going to call some more fouls on Draymond Green tonight, and I think we should see Jokic have a field day at the free throw line. Now, Jokic over this line in 12 of 22 career playoff games with 20-plus field goal attempts. And look, his back's against the wall. I don't see him resting much tonight, so if the Nuggets can keep this game close, I think Jokic should have a pretty good day. Now, in games 1 and 2, 20 and 25 field goal attempts. So, like I said, he's hit this over in 12 of his last 22 career playoff games with 20-plus field goal attempts. I think that's his floor tonight. I think we're going to see 25-ish field goal attempts tonight. And Jokic, if he knocks down a 3, we should be golden, but the guy's 0 for 8 from 3 so far in this series. I don't see him shooting a ton. Now, in the last 25 playoff games for him, I believe dating back to 2020 bubble days, he's rarely gone under 3 consecutive times. Now, technically, if we were to consider game 1 or the final game of last year's series against the Phoenix Suns, he technically has gone under 3 straight times. But if you don't consider that, he's rarely gone under in the same postseason 3 straight times in his last 25 games. In fact, only doing it once. And so I don't see it happening today. Last year, we saw the Nuggets go down 0-2 to the Phoenix Suns. Jokic, the next game, game 3, played 40 minutes, had 32 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists. Look, I know a lot of people are going to try to get cute. They're going to be like, this is the game to bet Jokic is under and PRAs, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. But look, you're messing with the wrong guy in this one. Jokic is going to have a field day, and those people are just going to fall back into that trap of betting his under. Now, Jokic has hit this over in 16 of his last 25 games with 37-plus minutes played. I believe the volume will be there. The Nuggets are going to be good enough to keep this game close. And look, the Nuggets team total is 111.5 points, and they aren't getting near that if they don't see Jokic dropping a 30-piece. I think he plays pretty well tonight. Backs against the wall. You can't go down 0-3. You saw the Raptors yesterday go down 0-3, and look how they're probably feeling on Thursday morning. So I think we'll see Jokic play a big role today, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets do win this game. More on that in a little bit. Now, those are my 2 official plays. Jokic over 29.5 points. Anthony Edwards over 23.5 points. As a side note, you can download these daily videos as podcast form. So if you ever want to support us even more, we really would appreciate it if you go download and give us a good rating. Maybe on Apple Podcasts. We would certainly appreciate it. Let's talk about some leans, though. We're going to go back to the Timberwolves Grizzlies game. Ja Morant under 6.5 rebounds. I think this line's a little bit of an overreaction. I think he's a little too high. It's around even value, I believe. And look, he averaged 5.7 rebounds per game this year. And I know he had 9 in the game too, but this just line feels a little bit high. He's under this line in 40 of 57 games played this year. I mean, sure, he could go out there and drop 7, 10 rebounds. The only thing that slightly concerns me is that Steven Adams is a no-show, and he's obviously their leading rebounder, so maybe we see Ja Morant get more rebounds. Something to monitor. Probably wouldn't play this one at all, but I would definitely consider it. And another one, Andrew Wiggins, over 5.5 rebounds. A little bit of an interesting one. He's hit it in back-to-back games, I think 8 and 9 rebounds. And we've seen them go to that small ball lineup with Draymond at the center position. Obviously, no Kevon Looney. And so we should see Andrew Wiggins grabbing some rebounds. Really not a lot of offensive threats on the Nuggets team besides Jokic, so that's the only thing that might give me pause for him scoring 29.5 points. But still, Wiggins has been grabbing some reps. Only problem is I don't trust Wiggins, so do what you want with it. Wiggins is, he's hit or miss. I don't mind his under in points while we have Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry back, but Andrew Wiggins over in rebounds might be the only way he can get involved in the offense or in the game plan at all. Now, another guy we love that doesn't have much offensive game. Now, Wiggins has more offensive game, but he just doesn't get a lot of opportunity. This guy just stinks. Rudy Gobert under 13.5 points. Look, Rudy Gobert's post moves probably worse than you and I's. And look, they tried to get him involved early in that game. He had like 4 turnovers in the first quarter, and Donovan Mitchell said, Never again. You're not getting the ball, big fella, and you're going to go down below. You're going to try to play as much defense because I ain't playing defense. That's what Donovan Mitchell was saying. And Rudy Gobert, look, he's going to have to play the defensive side. He's going to have to corral all the rebounds. I don't see him scoring 14 points. He could. He has not gotten near that line in both games so far in this series, but I think he's going to go under, again, 13.5 points. I also don't mind Will Barton over 24.5 PRAs again. Not going to necessarily pick it because we're rooting on Nikola Jokic over 29.5 points, but I think Will Barton, as long as he's not fighting Boogie Cousins, I think he should be able to get those overs, but I do lean the Nuggets +2. If I had to bet a spread pick, it would be the Nuggets plus the 2 points. Maybe a Nuggets first half bet. I think if I were to bet on the Nuggets, which I'm not going to bet their spread, I think Nuggets first half money line would probably be the pick I would try to go to. We've obviously seen the Warriors come out in the third quarter and just absolutely obliterate teams. So I would be a little bit concerned about Warriors third quarter because that's normally the quarter that they're the best. They make those game scheme changes at halftime with Steve Kerr, one of the best in the business. So Nuggets first half money line is likely what I would pick if I were like a Nuggets homer tonight, which I guess listening back to this video, I might be a Nuggets homer. But either way, those are a couple of my leans. Our two official plays: Nikola Jokic over 29.5 points, man on the shirt, and then Anthony Edwards, the Ant-Man, over 23.5 points. Let's see if we can bring out these brooms once again. I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. Sorry about that clip at the beginning of the video, but it is what it is. The podcast on the screen, MLB Best Bets video on the screen as well. Go check them out. We appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you guys back on Friday morning. Let's go bring out these brooms. Peace.